Hi again, alright? How you doing, everyone? It's Monday, and today we are looking at Now 36. We have made it into 1997, so we're really coming up to the end of the 20th century now. I certainly didn't think I'd get this far this quickly. For the third time on the trot, the Spice Girls open things up on this volume. Running out of things to say about them by this point, I think. So we'll try and move straight on. And it doesn't take long before we get a real classic song. And it is Texas. Now, this is one of the most unlikely comebacks that I can really think of. Because they only really had one UK hit a long time ago, like 1989. Never made a now with I Don't Want to Be Your Lover. So pretty much an 80s one-hit wonder band. They came back unexpectedly and went on to really become one of the massivest bands of the last few years of the 20th century. And a kind of changing sound, more soul, less kind of rocky. Same old Charlene Spiteri, she'd always been there, and she really came into her own at this time. Say What You Want, yeah, it's a nice piece of, I guess you call it white soul, really. Nice changing sound for them. Instantly popular, and sort of shot up the charts. This is followed by Bee Gees and Alone, which is not one of the most well-known Bee Gees songs. And I think it was a fairly big hit. It's kind of a ballad. It's got these bagpipes in it, which is probably its most striking feature. That is followed by Beautiful South yet again. They've almost been on every now of the 90s, more or less. It's another one that I don't really like. Don't Marry Her, F Me, I think it was, which seems a bit gratuitous, really. I think they're capable of better things. Okay, Bonafide Classic time coming up now. I've wasted no time here, have I? I've gone straight down into it. I think it's because I didn't really want to hang about over the Spice Girls. I just wanted to crack straight on. Anyway, it's time for another Bonafide Classic. We are talking here 730 million views. That's 750 million. That's like mega A-list. Can you tell what it is? One of those videos with a big long intro. And it's another song that I think I first saw on TFI Friday. It was a good show at the time. I'm not a big Chris Evans fan, but he did have some good acts. No doubt, Don't Speak. This is their debut. They'd been around for a while, fair old while, and a more kind of scarry sound. But here they made their big pop debut, certainly in the UK, and a timeless song. Absolutely timeless, really. Good old Gwen Stefani and the crew. This is followed by another one, actually, that's kind of a bit of a classic. Maybe a cult classic. I kind of like to play it, but there's a lot bunched up here that are really good. Let's get it on. I'll just get the chorus of this. Yeah, another song that made number one from nowhere, really. I don't really know where he came from. I think he might have been from Bradford or somewhere. And it's White Town and Your Woman. Thank you, Gwen. I'm really quick on the draw with this mixing here because there's a lot to get through, all bunched up together. 15 million views. Real one-hit wonder again. UK one-hit wonder. Pretty much the only thing he ever did. Certainly the only thing that's well-known. Very, very kind of distinctive lyrics. I Could Never Be Your Woman. And it's almost got a sort of little bangery thing going on with those trumpets. It's kind of early 80s in its vocal style as well. Almost low-key, or lo-fi, should I say. Kind of rolling beats. Very strange song. Glad it made number one, really. Because, it's a tune. Okay, another one-hit wonder following this. There were a lot, weren't there? But these are some really good songs. I think they're all still well known. Now, who remembers Remember Me? This was the Blue Boy. And I really know nothing about them other than this song was an absolute jam. more on the kind of post-acid jazz, a bit more breaky, not really a band, more of a kind of sample cut-up thing. A great old soul vocal sample. Apparently his real name is Alexis Blackmore, and it's Marlena Shaw who did the vocals. I've got some of her stuff actually. I've got a great song called Let's Wade in the Water, and it's actually from a song called Woman of the Ghetto. So yeah, there you go. It's only had 2 million views. I thought it would have had more than that. One of the biggest hits of 97, certainly. We follow this one up with another big song. It's Jamiroquai and Virtual Insanity, probably one of their best songs, one of his best songs. Really just captures the spirit of Jamiroquai, acid jazz kind of music, eco words, pretty kind of ahead of the curve. Yeah, definitely good song. And we follow that one with one. Should we play it? I'll get it lined up. 1 and 1, Robert Miles featuring Maria Naylor. Now this one was not the direct follow-up. I think there were a couple in between, but one of the follow-ups to Children by Robert Miles, which I talked about fairly in depth last time. He's kind of kept similar musical theme, but he's added vocals from Maria Naylor, who did a lot of stuff with a lot of people. I think she did stuff with Sasha. Great soul vocal, well, house vocal really. Yep, Robert Miles, 1 and 1, 11 million views. At the time I think I preferred this to Children, probably just because of the vocal hook. Who's from 2020 still listening? Someone says 477 people agree. Still listening 2020. Rest in peace, Robert Miles, sir. Did he die? Oh God, I didn't know that. Let me just check. Let's get my facts right. Yeah, he died in 2017. I never knew that. R.I.P. Robert Miles. You certainly left a legacy. Yeah, very sad. Only 47 when he died. Wow. Sorry, that's quite hit me. Well, what a great song. What a good legacy. It's kind of post-Euro, getting a bit trancey. I think they call this stuff Dream House. Chunky Dream House. Very atmospheric vocal. So that's Robert Miles, and the last good song for a long patch now. Spinning a Wheel, George Michael by Numbers. Oh, Mark Morrison did have another hit, Horny. I really don't want to hear about Mark Morrison being horny, thank you. I don't need that image in my mind. Right, Peter Andre, Natural, yeah, whatever. Damage, Love Guaranteed, yeah, whatever. Eternal, Still, Don't You Love Me. They will not go away, will they? They're fast becoming the genesis of the 90s. And I guess with a name like Eternal, which should I have expected, they're going to be around forever. They still had one big trick up their sleeve, which we'll come on to shortly. Okay, Gabrielle next with a really, really good cover of Walk On By. I didn't really bother with her duet with E17 because her solo stuff recently has been really good. I really like Give Me a Little More Time. Walk On By is a very, very faithful version of the original song. That's followed by another pretty faithful cover, Kavanagh. I don't really know much about Kavanagh, but I love the song I Can Make You Feel Good, which was originally by Shalimar. This covers pretty much note for note, almost exactly the same production, which is no bad thing because I like the original production. Also, on Now 10, check out Johnny Hates Jazz. I Don't Want to Be a Hero, because that uses the same verse, more or less. Okay, East Child, gloss over that. East Child, E17, Hey Child, gloss over that. Boyzone, A Different Beat, gloss over that. Backstreet Boys, gloss over that. 9/11, gloss over that. The Day We Find Love. Which brings us to, finally, Disc 2 and U2 and Discotheque. Okay, this is a bit of a dog's dinner. They're kind of trying their best, really, to keep up with 97. But I don't know, it's not really got a proper tune. It's a bit of a noise, really. It just feels a bit trying too hard. I love U2 and I love classic U2, but And I think this album, Discotheque, it was popular and it did have a lot of songs, and I think a lot of U2 people like it. But I just find that song, Discotheque, it's a bit hard to dance to. It's not very disco-y, and maybe it's not supposed to be. Maybe it's kind of ironic. I just don't really know what to make of it, really. I don't know where they're coming from with it. And especially when you stack it up against stuff like this and what was going on, you really hear where they could have been going. Here are, of course, the Prodigy, one of their biggest songs. They've not really made Nows very often. They do have them on Nows, but not that often. Keith at his best here. Full-on punky house, well, punky breakbeat, really. Very Sex Pistols. 45 million views. That's 500 million. I'm sure it will get there fairly soon. I'm sure a lot of people are still listening to this. This song makes me want to read the terms and conditions and then decline them, yeah. Again, it's the missing link between rave and punk, and it kind of finds a common ground in both. Yeah, headbanging along to it, really. Yeah, very sad loss, really. Especially when you think that the last thing Keith did before the last thing he was seen was doing a fun run for charity. Kind of incongruous. Great stuff. Okay, it's followed by the first appearance on a Now, I believe, by the Chemical Brothers. More big beat, block rocking beats. Not one of their best songs, in my opinion, but it's still a good song. Still very striking song. Still relatively underground. Again, that missing link between electronica and indie and punk. Block rocking beats, did really well. Another one I'm going to play now. I'm trying to be fairly choosy, and I believe it was their first Now appearance. It was Placebo. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Only 3 million views. That really surprises me. This is one of the best rock songs of the time. Certainly one of the best American tracks of 97, I think. Was it 96 or 97? Very border. It comes under the 97 album anyway. Brian Molko doing his kind of androgynous stuff. Great melody, great lyrics. Down in the Rover Zoo. Yeah, definitely one of the most striking songs. That is followed by What Do You Want From Me? Monaco. Great music, great song, just rubbish lyrics. And I think the Shy Horses did a piss take of it. Monaco was hooky, I think. Let me just get the stats right. It's very, very post New Order. And I think it was just hooky. I'm just trying to see if it was anyone else from New Order, if it was just him. Yeah, David Potts was the singer, who sounded very much like Bernie, really. And it really is just kind of filling a gap that had been left from New Order, but with, pretty shit lyrics. But it's a good song. It's a really good pop song. What Do You Want From Me? Kind of alternative pop. And, what was the Shy Horses one? Shalala, tum tum, tee tee tum or something. Yeah. I was just looking at the, that was it, Moronico, Shalala, tum tee tum. The Shy Horses album. It's got You're Gormless, West Country Boy, Feel Like Shite by Doofagrass, Gazebo, Lardy Boy, even this is on it. So it's a kind of alternative now, really, for this era. Shire Horses, the worst album in the world ever. Highly recommended. Po Faces, Come On Squeeze Me Boils. Dick Cave and the Bad Cheese. The Ballad of Franny Lee. Cheaper, Ugly Bleeder. Edwin Bobbins. Oh man, we need that. How did I get onto the Shire Horses? Yeah, Lardy Boy. By Gazebo. Oh dearie me. Okay, Cheryl Crow, Every Day is a Winding Road. Another good. I said Cheryl Cole in my last one. I hope you knew what I meant. Cheryl Cole doing If It Makes You Happy. Cheryl Crow. Every Day Is a Winding Road. Yeah, another good song by her, actually. Her stuff is always pretty interesting. Okay, a surprising song now. A real change, and respect them for doing it. Blur are back now with Beetlebum. Should we stick it on? Because it's so different to what things like Country House. It's almost a different band. But of course, if you break it down, you still hear Blur in there. And if anything, it's kind of the stuff they were doing a couple of years ago anyway. Maybe gone a bit more grungy and kind of alt-American in style. I believe it's quite smack. I wouldn't say inspired, but, just influenced, or it's about that anyway. Kind of heroin-y sound. Obviously, Blur are too bright to be glamorising stuff like that. So, yeah, very interesting. And I think it's basically just Blur saying F Britpop. There's way more to us than that. And of course, with 97, I think Britpop is gone by now. And in its way, all sorts of great guitar music, which didn't have to kind of had that, blimey, kind of mockney thing going on. So, yeah, I know maybe some Blur fans didn't really know what to make of this. But as I've said with Blur throughout, they've always been changing. No two Blur songs sound the same. You should expect the unexpected from Blur. Okay, that's followed up by another song that's a really, really good song. A personal favourite. I'm not going to get to play much of this because I really want to play the next one. They've been around on Nows since way back when, Now 20, very beginning of the 90s. Every song they've done's been pretty good. They've not done a Duffy yet, but I think this might even be my very favourite of all their songs. It's an absolutely lush song. Yeah, She's a Star. Another one that I've done a version of, or been working on a version of with a singer. Love playing it. It's a nice one to play. Just a really anthemic song, really. Yeah, I don't know how well known it is, but it really is a classic musically. I'd say it's one of the best songs of the 90s. Okay, we follow this one with some more good indie, actually. Wide Open Space by Manson. That's probably their most famous song, if not their biggest hit. More good UK guitar pop. And that's followed by, yet again, Cast. This must be their 5th or 6th song. Again, it's another good song. And that's followed by Space with Dark Clouds. Okay, not quite as good as Female of the Species and stuff, but good lyrics, very resonant to now. I think it's about a couple who are just trapped in a flat and need to get away, so I guess there's a lot of people who'll be able to relate to that. And they're going a bit mad in their kind of cabin fever. I think we need a holiday, a week or two in Mexico, away from all the heartache and the troubles we've suffered in the last 2 weeks, although they felt like years. Two lovers in a cage, trapped and ever so afraid to step outside from the world we hide. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people in that boat right now. So that's Space with Dark Clouds, followed by a very surprising cover indeed. Very, very surprising cover. And it is Triplet. Sorry to cut off James. Kathy Dennis, of all people, doing one of the least likely songs that you'd expect Kathy Dennis to do, but she makes a great job of it. Yup, Waterloo Sunset. Even Kings fans would like this, I think. Kathy Dennis, I think she last appeared on an album with Too Many Wolves before that with D-Mob. That's variety, going from D-Mob to this. Oh, hello, Kathy. Sitting in a taxi on Waterloo Bridge. But there's not many people on Waterloo right now. Yeah, it's a perfectly respectable cover, really. Pretty similar to the original. But she's not ruined it. And for someone like Kathy Dennis to do something in this kind of more folky rock sound, yeah, it's pretty good. Now, one thing I'll say about Kathy, and I've said it before, she's a great songwriter, and yeah, she's written loads of songs, and I guess that's probably why she likes Ray Davies. It takes a good songwriter to recognise a good songwriter. I even sang a version of Catch You, which is a Kathy Dennis song once. So, yeah, I get the songwriting. Great stuff. Okay, right. This is followed by another great songwriter now. Should I play it? Yeah. I'm running out of time, really, but I do like these songs. Now, almost everyone's heard something by these guys, even if they don't realise it. Probably their most famous song is the Sublime and Divine, and we'll be coming onto it shortly. It is National Express by the Divine Comedy. This one, maybe not quite as well known, but still a nice song. Bit more low-key, maybe. Everybody Knows That I Love You. And if you don't think you know them, if you watch Father Ted, it was them who did the music for that. Really Neil Hannon. So they're kind of an Irish institution. And very kind of whimsical. Obviously National Express is maybe more out and out funny than this one. Yeah, it's kind of self-deprecating in a way. It reminds me a bit of Scritti Politti. It seems a bit meta. That everybody knows that I love you. But it almost seems like he's taking a piss out of himself or taking a piss out of a whole situation. It seems genuine, like he is in love with someone. But like he knows he's being a bit silly about it. It's really hard to explain. It's just knowing. I think there's a couple of little lines in there. There's something about... I'm trying to find a lyric. He's just telling everyone that he loves this woman, but he's not telling her. And it seems like quite a surreal situation, really. Yeah, I can't really take it at face value. It does seem a bit like it's a joke. I told all of my friends again and again and again. I drove them round the bend, so now you're my only friend. I told the passers-by, I made a small boy cry, and I'll get through to you. It's the last thing that I do. I've just got images of him going around just telling everyone that he's in love with this girl. And he's just really winding them up, and they were like, oh God, here he goes again. And he's even just going up to small boys on the street and like telling them about this girl he loves. And they're running off in tears. Oh, I'm cracking up with this volume, aren't I? There's some funny stuff. Good songwriting. Okay, Indestructible, Alicia's Attic. I listened back to it. I didn't remember it. It was okay. Totally more like unmemorable than Indestructible. But not bad. Kind of girly pop. Bit sort of sub Spice Girls, really. No, maybe a bit more artistic than that. I don't want to hate on it because I've been saying we need more female singer-songwriters. But you've got to be good. You're not going to get special treatment or positive discrimination. You've got to be as good as the lads. But if the lads are Ant and Dec doing Shout, that doesn't really have a lot of competition. Okay, Sisters doing it for themselves. The Source and Candy Staton. Here's one. Here's a good one. This is Sisters doing it for themselves. I loved the 91 version. It was back again, another remix, another club anthem. I maybe didn't quite like the 97 remix quite as much as the 91 version. But it's such a classic song, and I love the vocal. Any mix is good enough, really. So, back again. The Source and Candy Staton. Back once again, or should I say encore une fois. Let's go down the rave up. The disc jockey sash has returned, I think that means. Yeah, slightly harder Eurodance now. New wave of Euro. I often say Euro, but it actually, going through the 90s, it's really had different incarnations. You had your sort of first generation... Well, I guess the first generation was stuff like Technotronic and JT and the Big Family and Jamtronic. Then you had stuff like Snap and Culture Beat and Capella, Two Unlimited. Then you had your kind of Live Enjoy sort of stuff, Corona. And now you're coming onto this wave of it, which is getting a bit more banging. Sash and Court une fois. Doing a bit of chair dancing to this one. Yeah. Oh God, those sounds really take me back. We're really coming up to the end of the 90s now. There's going to be lots of these sounds coming in, so let's think paradigm shifts. Maybe even BBE before this with Flash and 7 days. Well, it was 7 days in 1 week. We've not had Flash yet because that's coming up in about 2 songs' time. So yeah, these songs really setting a paradigm now for trance and Eurotrance, and you're going to be hearing a lot more of it. Another style that I really got into, DJ-wise. Great to mix. Okay, Bellissima follows this. DJ Quicksilver. I wouldn't say that was my favourite trance song. I preferred another one, which we'll come on to later. Free. But yeah, Bellissima was a massive, massive hit. I bet it's had mega loads of views. Oh, only 11 million. A bit more than that. If I had the deck set up, I'd try and beat my shit into this because it goes really well. Let's see if we can do some sort of YouTube mix. Yeah, cut from the same cloth as this, really. New generation of Eurodance. Right, quick on the draw. 2 windows. Let's go for it. No, that was awful. Ooh, DK, get off. Yeah, Bellissima, Quicksilver, more Euro Rave. And another one that I was just talking about, Flash by BBE. There's a very, very, very good hard house mix of that on Nucleus by Nick Sentience and BK. And for hard house heads, that's the one you want. But the original's still pretty good. Flash, BBE. And another big hard house one, Amen UK or Amen UK. No Amen breaks on it. It's more kind of, I guess the 90s version of High Energy. Maybe a bit camp, kind of that kind of hard bag. Kind of hard housey, but not like hard house. NRG, maybe you'd call it. Can you feel the passion? Amen UK. Alright then, so this has been a pretty good volume actually. I've enjoyed it. Let's go through it. Alright, what's been a real classic? Say What You Want, Texas, great comeback song and their biggest song, if not ever, to date. Don't Speak by No Doubt, yup, absolutely. Your Woman by Whitetown, I think that's a bit of a one-hit wonder classic. Remember Me by Blue Boy, ditto. Virtual Insanity, Jamiroquai, absolutely, probably one of their best songs. Robert Miles, R.I.P. Mr. Miles, I had no idea, and, you know, respect. One on One's a great song. Then A Long Run of Mare. Walk On By Gabrielle and I Can Make You Feel Good by Kavanagh, both consistent versions of really good songs, but probably check out the originals in both cases. Brief by the Prodigy, yep. I think Block Rocking Beats to a certain extent, Chemical Brothers, definitely Nancy Boy, Placebo. If you can get over the lyrics, What Do You Want From Me, My Monaco. Sheryl Crow, Every Day Is a Winding Road. Beetlebum, Blur. Wow, She's a Star, James. Wide Open Space, Manson. What a great run of classics that is. That's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classics on the trot. Did I say Wide Open Space? Yep. Waterloo Sunset's an adequate cover, but The Kinks is a classic. Divine Comedy have done other stuff, but that's okay. You Got The Love, The Source, yeah. Encore Une Fois, yeah. Bellissima, yeah. Actually sounding good now, sounding better now than at the time really, so definitely stood the test of time. Yeah, and Passion for hard house sort of hard bag fans, if you like, and ditto Flash. I make this really, really full of classics, and not too many bad songs. They're all kind of bunched together at the end of side one. When I say bad, they're not even that bad, but let's be honest, who still listens to 9/11? Maybe some people still listen to Boyzone and the Backstreet Boys. Probably more female than male, to be honest. But, you know, if you're a 50-year-old man and you still like Boyzone, fair play to you. So, yeah, really, that's a really good volume. And it kicks off 97 in style. Let's hope that the next volume, 37s, is good. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a bellissima day.